I want to discuss with you today the effects of media on children and teenager behavior. I think it has a huge effect on what they do and the way that they behave and their normal tendencies in life. So think about all the negative ideas that are on the TV, on the internet, in magazines, and on video games. And what is the one connection? All the violence, all the sexual content, everything, it all rolls back to media. Look at school shootings like Columbine, Virginia Tech. You have to wonder where these behaviors come from. Look at the rise in teen pregnancy, eating disorders, and the use of legal drugs. Where do they get these ideas from? They're constantly placed in front of them through the media. Beginning with television shows. Think about the shows that are on TV, the behaviors that are in them. Did you know that according to MediaFamily.org, they report that 2 out of 3 TV shows contain violence per hour? That's 6 violent acts per hour of television. Also, 64% of all television shows have sexual content in them, and only 15% of those discuss pregnancy and STDs. Music videos like those that are on MTV contain 93 sexual situations per hour. Think about that when a teenager is watching this, the ideas that they get. MTV also has shows like Next, The Real World, and Shot at Love with Tila Tequila, which are all about reality and how to handle real-life situations and dealing with sex, drugs, and violence. And then you want to go to the advertising that they view. Companies spend $10 billion for this children and teenage age group. $10 billion a year on advertising. And they see some 40,000 commercials a year. Then you have to question what this might do to their health. Well, teens that watch over an hour a day of television are 4 times more likely to be aggressive. But if you reduce that to less than an hour, it reduces their aggression both verbally and physically by nearly half. It makes you wonder how the media plays into their violence. 72% of teens that were interviewed said that when they watch TV with sex in it, it influences them and their peers. Sad as that is, the stats get worse. Fox News reports that there are 12.48 instances of not only violence, but sex and language in primetime television. Now let's move to magazines. We all know the types of ads that are in magazines: cigarettes, alcohol, and diet pills. But think about what emphasis this has on the teenagers that are seeing this. It makes them think about not only how they view themselves, but how others view them. They also look at the celebrities in these magazines as role models. And yet, the National Enquirer has things on it this week that read Lindsay Lohan in jail for 84 minutes. Who does this celebrity baby belong to? And Britney Spears' parenting problems. Then you have Star Magazine says Sarah Evans is cheating and has anorexia relapse. And Brad and Angelina are having another baby. These things litter our grocery aisles when we're taken out. And think about when you're in a grocery store, where's the one place you spend the most time in a grocery store is in the checkout line. They also talk about who weighs what, who's having what baby, and what teenager for these children to look up to. No wonder, according to the National Institute on Media and the Family, we have 40% of 9 and 10-year-olds saying that they need to lose weight. That scares me. That shows me that our media has a huge effect on our children. Lastly, I want to talk about video games. There's a clear link to video game violence and violence in the real world. In RPGs, a child becomes the first person, and in order for them to win the game, they have to be more violent. This plays out in their lives, in their everyday lives. The National Institute on Media and Family reports that exposure to violent video games increases physiological arousal, aggressive emotions and actions, and aggressive thoughts. Think about that. When they're in the classroom and they get mad, how are they going to react? The same way they did in a video game. They've placed rating systems and they're often overlooked. Just in conclusion, please remember that TV places unrealistic images and thoughts into kids' and teens' heads. Magazines cause idolization of celebrities and body image. Video games cause aggression. Can you now see what the media has done to our children?